Hello guys, NautoAce here once again. And this is going to be a special V-Blog. But before I even start with it, the subject I'm going to be talking about is Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata. Yes, and if you found out Sunday what happened to him, Satoru Iwata passed away at age 55 due to a ingrowth duct bile. So that's really unfortunate. At 55, that's like it's so young. I mean, sometimes I guess I don't know, but anyway, the disclaimer here basically is, of course, once again, I'm going to be talking about Satoru Iwata. And no, there's no negative about it, but there is something I want to give my thoughts about it because of my past history, on my opinion about Satoru Iwata. But however, if you guys are a big supporter of Satoru Iwata, you don't want to hear my thoughts about it, then I just suggest to click back on this one. And well, like I said, I got other videos on my channel. But for this one, I'm be talking about Satoru Iwata. That again, as a business, not as a person, but what they do for the CEO, and it is subjective. So that is what I'm going to talk about. So with that, again, if you're a fan or supporter of Satoru Iwata and you don't want to hear my thoughts about it because of my past history and my opinion, then click back now. So with that, here's the countdown: five, four, three, two, one. All right, so I'm gonna give my thoughts on the whole situation, what happened since Sunday. Yes, have you heard July 12th? I think today is July 12th, 2015 in America. We found out that Satoru Iwata, CEO of Nintendo Japan, also CEO of Nintendo America, the fourth president of Nintendo, passed away at age 55 due to a ingrowth bile duct. It's some sort of disease that it's been happening since 2014. Everybody heard about this even prior to E3. That it was even so bad that he did miss his. I think he missed the 74th annual shareholder and as well with the first Q of 2014 of the financial report. Because of that, he was recovering. And, well, before even I give my thoughts about it, I just want to say this one is that Satoru Iwata, God bless, you'll be missed. And my condolences to the family and friends of Satoru Iwata. That it is unfortunate that at age 55 he passed away. And yeah, I mean, it is just unfortunate. So, but I didn't even know about it. That this was even a shock to me when I heard about it. So it is unfortunate. So Satoru Iwata, you'll be missed. So now, with that said, another question probably going to be thinking is, well, how come you didn't talk about this when it actually happened? Well, first of all, I want to give respect to Satoru Iwata. Whether you like him as a CEO or not, whether you like him when he does for business, I gotta give respect for the guy. So yeah, so I wanted to just let it first. Let's just say let it first all keep make it like let it run. What's happening? People get cool off, and then and basically trying to absorb what happened because a lot of people were shocked about it. I knew friends who were shocked. They said, "Oh my gosh!" and they were supportive of Iwata. That's why I'm doing this like uh, a week later or days later. It's a lot of respect for Iwata, a lot of respect for the company at least. Well, I mean, my position when it comes to Iwata, and I'm those people who are on the naysayer. But even that, just because of that, I'm not gonna go run over his parade. So that's why I'm giving his That's why I just let it just sink in for a while. So that's why I didn't want to talk about it as soon as possible, because it's out of respect. That's it. I mean, that you should always do. That if you're gonna do a discussion about it, like the situation, not just give the guy respect, just his condolences, then you might want to do it in a very, very later date out of respect. So that's the reason why I didn't do it as soon as possible, and anyone else shouldn't really be doing that if you're gonna go in that direction. So now with that said, I mean, I can't really give a thoughts about like, well, what do you think about now what happened to Satoru Iwata? I mean, I'm shocked, surprised, and for what he contributed to Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, whether you like it or not, he did good on Nintendo. He actually made Nintendo made some profit again, and they were back on the black. Yes, but Satoru Iwata was known for the past 4 years for making Nintendo lose profit because of a lot of the failure that happened. And I had talked about this before, so there will be videos about it on the description box about the story about Satoru Iwata's. Let's just say not a good start. So again, like I said, if you know me on all my V-blogs, my position with Satoru Iwata was I always believe, but at first I want to give him a chance, but after a while, after what happened with the Wii U, that I said, yeah, this guy, he's not benefiting Nintendo anymore. He needs to step down because he was out of touch. The market have changed so much that they couldn't keep up, and a lot of the problems came there. That as a Nintendo supporter fan, it was hard for me to support Satoru Iwata. I mean, I even asked the social media podcast about this, and to some extent, one of the hosts basically agreed with me, while the other one was just, well, I don't know. I really don't know. And like I said, all this started because Adam Sessler basically, straight out, basically said he believes that in order to Nintendo to get better, they have to fire Satoru Iwata. Remember, I just said I wanted him to step down. I still wanted to work for Nintendo, but not as a CEO. That's why I keep saying step down, step down. But there's always a lot of argument that even Brian Altano basically made a comment saying that people who wish for his resignation, or people want him to resign, he was disappointed because that you're not seeing the bigger picture about the situation. And no, to some extent we do, and I just believe that if you keep this up, at the time in 2014, they're not going to do good. That was my hypothesis, which surprisingly was wrong because thanks to Amiibo, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, Mario Kart 8, they made some profit. Yeah, I mean, it didn't move Wii U's to some extent, but because of the Amiibo, they made money from that. And then the investors were actually investing more money because when finally Satoru Iwata embraced mobile gaming, the shareholders said, hey, that's fine. Because he was finally learning and finally adapted to say, okay, my way doesn't work. Let's go back to the Red Ocean strategy. Let's do some mobile game. Let's surprise people with the NX. We still don't know what it is as of right now. So that's the reason why some people say he should step down, and some people just say, hey, he's a great CEO. And again, like I said, it's each of their own. You have your opinion about it. And then when I heard in 2014 that, they were giving him another chance, at the time I'm like, I mean, I'm not really like salty about it, but I'm just like, yeah, I guess I gotta make it. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, I even did a follow up question for the social media podcast, but apparently, according to one of the hosts, that okay, this is getting to personal territory. That we're not gonna even answer this because apparently, according to them, that there were a lot of other fans. Remember, there's a lot of fans for social media podcasts. It's not just me, so don't get me wrong. There's a lot of fans, and they were even concerned about it. That what do you always talk about Nintendo in that way? And they just say, we just see what Nintendo of what it is. That's it. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to say about it? So anyway, again, I mean, it was so bad that the one of the whole didn't even want to answer the question. He just said, "Yeah, that's good. That's going to personal territory. We need to back off." So I mean, understandable, but I'm like, wow, really? I mean, really? I mean, you're supposed to be a video game podcast, but then you're being cautious. Like, what's going on here? But that's a different story. So move again back to Satoru Iwata. Like I said, yeah, some people and that a lot of people still wish for him like to step down. But when I heard about this news, I'm like, oh man, this is wrong. I'm like, no, this is not the way to do it. I mean, it's like when I shocked, like I said, some people do want him to some extent to step down. But I even was giving him a second chance because he was adapting, he was changing. And every one of my videos, I was saying that. But I think in the long run, he should really step down. But because I was also concerned about the way he looked, like man, it doesn't look right. But I guess that was a sign. My goodness, to apologize for that. And well, well, for some people, including myself, there it is. But it's not the right. I mean, I don't want it to be that way for someone to step down. That's not the right way, in my opinion. But I guess it's just that none of us even. I didn't even know that this actually was happened. That's what's a shocker to me. And the second shocker is that the disease condition. Everybody to some extent knew about the condition that he had since 2014. But people thought, okay, he recovered from the surgery. It was a successful surgery, but I guess it wasn't. I mean, to some extent, I even noticed that he looked so different. Like he was so skinny, he was losing weight. He has, I mean, like there wasn't really like something wrong with this guy, but maybe he was just working too hard. But now I guess that condition he had, but I guess it came worse. So it isn't again. It's unfortunate, and even for me that it's not the right way for someone to step down. But to some extent, kudos for Iwata for working hard, I guess, to his everlasting breath. I guess you could say that he's worked so hard. Hopefully that he did work his blueprints, the architect. He started on the architect, and hopefully someone else can take over. So again, like I said, Satoru Iwata, God bless, rest in peace. You're gonna be missed. Surprisingly, I'm gonna miss you because of what you did. Some of them I might not agree, but as a Nintendo community, as a fan, I also have to give you credit for what you did. And to the family and friends of Satoru Iwata, like I said, my condolences. Hopefully, and just that's what I can say. So, with that now, so here's my hypothesis. So now, here's the question that a lot of people are saying that they're afraid. Because this is also an argument with, if Iwata did step, let's just say if Iwata did step down, who's going to take over? Well, unfortunately now, we are in that situation, or the company now in that situation that who is now going to replace Iwata? Is this person is he going to follow Iwata? Is it going to be still going to be the era of Iwata that, the lack of online, lack of technology, the business, it's going to be out of touch. Yep. Is it going to be like out of touch? Is it going to be like you can still go region lock? Are you going to ever change? Are you going to improve Nintendo, etc., like that? Or hopefully this new CEO, and maybe they knew, maybe they were already preparing for this because they kind of see like, well, are you okay, Mr. Iwata? Like, that they probably say, I mean, I don't know the whole story, and I'm not even gonna go there. So, but I'm just throwing it out there. But like I said, the new CEO, maybe it could be finally we're gonna have a CEO that's gonna be just like Phil Spencer, get on with the times, who finally listens to the fans, and basically now his belief is it's all about competition, the red ocean strategy, and maybe fix all the problem of the amiibos. Because right now, even so, the amiibos are getting better. Believe it or not, because I finally got a DDD after a while, and also Rosalina. So I'm very happy with that one. I still can't get Mart. I had a chance. Ah, man, different story there. But anyway, so we don't know at this point. As a Nintendo fan, as in the Nintendo community, no one knows what's going on. I mean, in the end of the month in July, there will be their first. Well, let's just say the first quarter of their financial report of 2016. That's basically how it starts, and then I know it's a little bit complicated, but just bear with it for a while. But then maybe they'll talk about it. Because right now, as of right now, the two people representing directors are basically temporary. According to them, it's a temporary CEO. They're temporarily leading the company, and one is Tezuka. I think that's the guy. I do apologize, but the other one is Shigeru Miyamoto, and this is also what the sad part is. It's for some people they said because that Iwata, Iwata came first than Miyamoto. I mean, what it means why people were saying that is that because Shigeru Miyamoto is already in his mid-60s and is still working as basically the head of game design for Nintendo. I mean, there have been times that he wanted to retire, but because he's afraid that if he retired, that Nintendo will probably go downhill, which I don't really believe that, but that's subjective. So, but right now, both of them are going to be in charge of the company temporarily until they finally found this new CEO, this guy who can probably run the company. Again, like I said, it can go both ways. Like, remember, some people who support Iwata said that if this new CEO probably not going to be as good as Iwata, i.e. the CEO of Konami, which basically said we're going to go mobile game, we're going to embrace mobile game, and because of that, Alpha Magazine made a rage video about it. Or it could go the other way, and it'll be like Phil Spencer. You're all for the gamer that he understands about the gaming community, that they say, let's do this, let's do that, and listen to the fan. I mean, that's what Phil Spencer did. That's when Don Matrix left. Phil Spencer had to fix all the problem that a lot of the Don Matrix made or the upper management did, like the Kinect problem, the using entertainment app behind a paid wall, and even one of the best one now that he also did was backwards compatibility for the Xbox One. So hopefully we got something like that for the CEO. So like I said, it's too early to tell. Even if I'm talking about it in weeks later, days later, we don't know what's gonna happen, and I mean I don't know. So it's a wait and see right now. It is unfortunate that this is how it happened, not basically in a happier way. But well, sometimes life is unexpected. It happens something like this. So yes. So again, for people who just found out, like I said, unfortunately at age 55, Satoru Iwata passed away because of his condition. You'll be missed, and yeah. So with that, I'm just gonna end it with thanks for listening.